Hello students, I hope you all are fit and fine and must be studying at home. So students, again I am here, Aisha Khan, faculty of English with the whole crash course of you in front of you all. So as I told you earlier only students that we'll be covering up a crash course which will include all your grammar topics, all your literature portion, comprehension, reading, writing, except everything. So I have come up with a new topic today, that is a poem again. We people have covered one poem already, that was your Dust of Snow. Then again we people have covered the chapter from your first flight book, that was A Letter to God. Now today this is your third lesson and I have come up with a new poem, that is Fire and Ice. Now again this poem has been written by Robert Frost, who is an American poet, same poet who has written the poem Dust of Snow. ठीक है, तो this poem is after your first chapter, that is A Letter to God. After first chapter you are having the two poems, that is the Dust of Snow and Fire and Ice. Both have been written by the poet Robert Frost. So let's get started with this poem. So lecture 3, Fire and Ice. Okay, now Fire and Ice, as you can see in the picture, this poem depicts very beautifully, or it symbolizes very beautifully about human desires, about human hatred, about humans' feelings, what one feels towards others, and how the world will come to an end by these two factors. अब दोनों बिल्कुल contrasting है. Fire, something which is related to something very fiery, and if you talk about ice, means something very cool or very normal, very ignorant type of thing. So how can these two have the combination in this poem? So Robert Frost has very beautifully depicted the two emotions in this poem, that is fire, which recalls or which stands for desires, human desires, what we people desire for, be it passion for anything, be it love, be it anger, be it strong obsession towards anything. So all these factors are depicted under fire. If you talk about ice, then ice here refers to hatred, ignorance, and when you don't pay attention to anybody's emotions, you become heartless, stone-hearted you become. That depicts ice. Okay, so Fire and Ice will be reading out a poem in this. So let's get started with that students. I hope you all are very excited about it, ki what is this, how come two emotions can be combined together under one poem, and what all things these two are depicting in this poem. So we'll be coming to know about them in this poem. Okay, now new words, there are certain new words you people have read about the poem, as this is a crash course. So I am assuming that you people have already understood the poem very properly and you have read the poems. Hardly 8 lines have been there, so you must have read those 8 lines very properly. You must have understood the meanings of those words also very properly. So 8 लाइन्स ही हैं, कोई बहुत ज़्यादा टफ वर्ड्स नहीं है. हार्डली 2 or 3 vocabulary words are there which you have to understand or which you have to make the meanings of. तो वो मैं प्रोवाइड कर दूंगी तुम लोगों को on the board. Rest all the poem, all the lines in the poems are very very easy. So you can always go about understanding the text very nicely. Okay, 8 lines हैं, बहुत easy हैं, कुछ ज़्यादा understand करने के लिए नहीं है, but लाइन्स तुम लोग समझ लोगे. बट व्हाट इज द टफ पार्ट इन द पोएम स्टूडेंट्स? व्हेनेवर यू टॉक अबाउट द पोएम्स ऑफ रॉबर्ट फ्रॉस्ट, इट इज वेरी प्रिसाइज. बहुत कम लाइन्स में ही विल एंड अप द पोएम, बी इट 4 लाइन्स और 8 लाइन्स और मैक्सिमम 12 लाइन्स. ओके, इससे ज्यादा रॉबर्ट फ्रॉस्ट की पोएम हम लोग देखते हैं तो इट्स नॉट दैट मच इन डिटेल. इट्स वेरी शॉर्ट एंड स्वीट. It's beautifully written actually. But what is the tough part in Robert Frost's poem? He always beautifies nature, or he always talks about something which is natural in form. सारा nature से related. He is very much fond of writing the poems related to nature. So in this poem again, as you can see, कोई human character is not there, no person is there, nothing else is there except for nature. These two things, fire and ice, these are also part of nature. Alright, so again Robert Frost has come up with a new poem, that is Fire and Ice, and these two factors again depicts nature. All right, so short and sweet poem is there, very beautifully written, very symbolizing the two factors, two human emotions very beautifully. So we'll be reading out the poem and we'll be coming to the summary of it, and then after this we'll be solving some questions which are there at the back of your book. These questions can come up in your board exam, so you can always have the relation, you can always take the idea from those questions. Then you can have an extract based questions. छोटी सी पोएम है तो ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस फ्रेम नहीं हो सकते हैं, तो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस कैन बी फ्रेम फ्रॉम दिस पोएम, आई लेट यू नो बाय द एंड ऑफ दिस लेक्चर. तो आई होप you will get the whole idea about this poem and you will not be needing any other source to understand this poem. Okay, so key points or new words are there. Now let me just write down what are the new words. Tasted. Now so taste means when you taste something or when you touch something or you identify its taste, कि how is it, either it is bitter, either it is sour, either it is sweet. So tasted means experienced. Here it's not talking about tasting which you eat and you taste, it's about experiencing things. What I have tasted from desires, मतलब what I have learned from the experiences of my life. Okay, so what I have tasted from desires or what I have experienced from our life. Okay, so experienced the fast food, यहाँ पे मीनिंग क्या है इसका, टेस्टेड मतलब एक्सपीरियंस्ड. अब एग्जाम्पल दे रखा है इसमें कि सेंटेंस अगर फ्रेम करने के लिए आ जाते हैं, ऑल्दो इट्स नॉट दैट मच टफ, दिस मस्ट हैव बीन डन इन योर लोअर क्लासेस ऑल्सो. यू आर इन 10th स्टैंडर्ड नाउ, तो यू कैन इजीली फ्रेम द सेंटेंसेस विद द वर्ड्स गिवन टू यू. तो अगेन आई हैव गिवन वन एग्जाम्पल ऑल्सो रिलेटेड टू दिस वर्ड, so that you can understand the meaning and how you have to put the word in the sentence correctly or appropriately. Okay, so tasted, so meaning is clear to you, experienced. Now sentence or the example, the fast food that I have tasted is not always good for health. The fast food that I have tasted or what I have experienced is not always good for health. So here he has used the sentence or the word very appropriately, tasted. Clear? Ab, it is the time that tastes everyone grit. It is the time that tastes everyone's grit. Grit means everyone's desires or everyone's emotions. Okay, so this is the time that experiences or that deals with everybody's emotions. Okay, so this is one example or two examples rather about tasted, experiencing. All right, now if you talk about the next example, this was one word that was new to you. Obviously that was not new to you, but हम लोगों ने इसमें अगर पोएम में से हम मेक आउट करें या if you will take out some words from the poem, then you have a new word as tasted. Then if you talk about perish, perish मतलब die. Okay, something which gets die or which something gets perishable. For example, food items, if you talk about any vegetable or if you talk about any flour, then that becomes perishable. हाईली पेरिशेबल आइटम्स होते हैं ये. जैसे अगर आप मॉर्निंग में लेके आए हो, इफ यू आर नॉट स्टोरिंग देम प्रॉपरली, इफ यू आर नॉट स्टोरिंग द फ्लावर प्रॉपरली, इट विल पेरिश. पेरिश मतलब खराब हो जाना, सड़ जाना या मर जाना, मुरझा जाना बेसिकली. तो पेरिश मतलब पेरिशेबल आइटम्स मतलब कुछ भी चीज अगर हम रख रहे हैं उसका ध्यान नहीं रख रहे हैं तो इट विल पेरिश आफ्टर सम टाइम. ऑलराइट, तो पेरिश मीन्स टू डाई और समथिंग विच विल बिकम पेरिशेबल. ऑलराइट, तो डाई, the meaning here is given to you as die. Now die or destroy, destroy हो जाना, मुरझा जाना. Okay, so it has the meaning, two meanings basically. First one is die, या तो पूरी तरह से वो destroy हो जाएगा या फिर वो मर जाएगा. Okay, तो perish. Now example is given to you. This multi-story building seems perished due to natural calamity. Due to natural calamity, this building has been destroyed or it has been perished. All right. See, perished. Up, perish means something which dies very soon. For if you talk about this word perish specifically, students, then perish here refers to something which dies or it is always related with eatable items. Eatable items के साथ हम लोग इसको relate करते हैं. If if you talk about flowers, let's take the example of vegetables, fruits, so they perish. So usually what happens, we relate this word with eatable items. अब यहाँ पे example दे रखा है multi-story building has been perished, but you can use it for the eatable items, that will be more appropriate. So this is one example related to perish. Again, I have made myself very clear to you all about these two words. Now let's discuss some more examples. So see, anything that lives on this earth has to perish today or tomorrow. Anything, this thing is sure short students कि कुछ भी चीज अगर आज है in this world, it will perish after some time. This is not confirmed that if you are alive today that you will live for 100 years. You can live for 100 years, I'm not telling like that. You can live for 100 years or maybe 105 or 110, but after that you will die. Everybody will die, right? If something is there today with us, it's not sure that this thing will continue with us tomorrow also. It can die also. So everything has its end. ठीक है, ये चीज तो हम लोगों को सबको पता है कि कुछ भी चीज, anything which is there in this earth will die for sure. Be it animal, be it plants, be it things, be it humans, anything, it will die. All the emotions, if you talk about, so everything will come to an end. तो basically इस poem में क्या बात करिए about how the world will come to an end. Now I am coming to the main theme of this poem, that the poet has discussed in this poem very beautifully about two emotions, and it is telling you about how the world will come to an end. Be it is through desires, be it through strong emotions, or be it through hatred or cold emotions. तो वहाँ पे हम लोग अभी आएंगे. Let's get back to the poems first. So it will perish today or tomorrow. Maybe today something will die tomorrow, or it will perish. Alright, so perish means to die or to get destroyed. अगर चीजें हैं तो it will get destroyed. If it is people, if it is humans, if it is plants, then they will die. Alright. Now suffice. Suffice means be sufficient. Be sufficient. Sufficient enough means enough or in quantity. Okay, so sufficient, this much in the plate would suffice. Suffice means it will be sufficient for my breakfast. Alright, now this much, this was one example. Now this much liquid in the glass would not suffice as my drink. Here it's talking about it will be sufficient. In the second sentence it's talking about that it will not suffice as my drink. So we have taken two examples related to each word so that you can have a clear idea about the usage of these words in your own language or in your own sentences. It's not sure students कि you will be if you will be given these words you have to frame these sentences only. You can use it in your own language also, in your own vocabulary also, according to the context of the sentence. So 3 words we people have learned. Tasted means experienced. Then perish means to destroy or get to die. Then suffice means sufficient, alright, or enough. Now those were the new words. Now we'll be studying about some key points related to the poem Fire and Ice. तो key points क्या है? The poem has been written symbolically. अब symbolically का मतलब समझ लो तुम लोग इसमें पहले कि symbolically का मतलब क्या है. तो symbolically मतलब the poet has used 2 factors, fire and ice. देखो इसको ऐसे समझ लो, 2 factors use किए हैं poet ने इसमें, fire and one is ice. अब fire and ice इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि poet is talking about the world will come to an end through fire or it will come to an end through ice. ऐसा नहीं बोला इसमें poet ने. He is talking about the world, that the world will come to an end if there are strong desires by humans. बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएगी humans की जो desires है about something. Either it will come to an end like this, or either humans' emotions will get so ignorant, they will become so insensitive towards others' feelings that the world will be all calmed enough and it will be coming to an end. तो यहाँ पे सिंबलाइज किया है, ही हैज नॉट यूज्ड इट डायरेक्टली कि वर्ल्ड एंड कैसे होगा, बट रादर ही हैज यूज्ड दीज टू फैक्टर्स. नाउ फायर इज डिपिक्टिंग समथिंग विच इज वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग इमोशंस, एंड इफ यू टॉक अबाउट आइज देन इट टॉक्स अबाउट हेट्रेड, इग्नोरेंस और इनसेंसिटिविटी टुवर्ड्स अदर्स फीलिंग्स. तो दो इमोशंस डिपिक्ट किए हैं बेसिकली इन दिस पोएम, and he has taken the two examples, that is fire, which stands for fiery desires, strong emotions, passions, love, lust, obsession. And if you talk about ice, then he has used ignorance, insensitivity, insecurity, stone heartedness, all these words. तो symbolizes मतलब किसी भी चीज को लेकर और उसको symbolize करना. तो here fire is symbolizing what? Passion, desire, strong emotions, and ice is symbolizing hatred or insensitivity. Alright, तो fire क्या symbolize कर रहा है यहाँ पे? Fire is symbolizing passion. And if you talk about ice, it is symbolizing what? Hatred. तो सिंबलाइजेशन समझ में आ गया. सिम्बॉलिकली दिस इज हाउ यू हैव टू राइट दिस पोएम. इफ द क्वेश्चन कम्स दैट यू हैव टू राइट द समरी ऑफ द पोएम, देन यू विल राइट कि सिम्बलिकली मतलब ये है, सिंबलाइजेशन है इस पोएम में. ही हैज नॉट यूज्ड द इमोशंस डायरेक्टली, बट ही हैज यूज्ड द एग्जांपल्स ऑफ फायर एंड आइस. नाउ the poet says that there are mainly two opinions about the end of this world. Now, this poet is basically talking about the end of this world. He is thinking, Robert Frost, he is thinking how the world will come to an end. Means, कैसे इस वर्ल्ड का एंड होगा, कैसे होगा कि सब लोग डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाएंगे. ये चीज तो सबको पता है कि one day this world will come to an end. Now, what is the means or what will be the means by which the world will come to an end? Be it ह्यूमन इमोशंस, इट विल बी वेरी मच एट पीक. या तो ह्यूमन इमोशंस जो हैं, ह्यूमन की डिजायर्स जो हैं, उसका जो पैशन है, उसका ऑब्सेशन है, उसकी ग्रीड है, वो बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाएगी दुनिया में, और उसकी वजह से दुनिया क्या हो जाएगी? खत्म हो जाएगी. या फिर क्या हो सकता है कि दुनिया में जो ह्यूमन के इमोशंस हैं उनमें नफरत इतनी ज्यादा बढ़ जाएगी, हेट्रेड बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाएगी, दे विल बिकम इनसेंसिटिव टुवर्ड्स अदर्स इमोशंस, दैट द वर्ल्ड विल कम टू एन एंड. तो दो ऑप्शंस हैं, दो ओपिनियंस हैं पोएट के, एंड it is depicting two factors, either it will be rise of emotions or either it will be end of emotions. So fire is depicting rise of emotions and ice is depicting end of emotions. So he is of two opinions. By this the world will come to an end, one by fire and one by ice. तो दो opinions हैं poet के about the destruction of this world. One is through fire and one is through ice. Okay. Now symbols fire. अब fire और ice, again I am telling you students कि fire and ice are used as symbols. जैसे हम मैप में यूज करते हैं सिंबल्स कि ये वाला सिंबल डिपिक्टिंग दिस कॉन्टिनेंट और दिस स्टेट, दिस सिंबल इज डिपिक्टिंग दिस स्टेट. तो सिमिलरली पोएट हैज यूज्ड वेरी ब्यूटिफुली these two emotions, fire and ice, these two factors to depict or to symbolize human emotions. तो symbols fire and ice, ये नहीं है इसका मतलब again I am telling you कि fire and ice से world का end होगा. या तो आग लग जाएगी दुनिया में तो दुनिया खत्म हो जाएगी, या फिर पूरा जो ये जो वर्ल्ड है ये पूरा जम जाएगा और वर्ल्ड खत्म हो जाएगा. ये चीज नहीं है इसमें. इट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट टू इमोशंस, टू सिंबलाइजेशन हैज बीन डन. ओके, तो फायर का मतलब ये नहीं है कि पूरी दुनिया में एकदम से आग लग जाएगी और वर्ल्ड खत्म. एंड आइस इज नॉट रेफरिंग टू समथिंग विच विल बी फ्रीज एंड द वर्ल्ड विल कम टू एन एंड. तो ये मतलब नहीं है इसका. इट इज सिंबलाइजिंग समथिंग. अब फायर का मीनिंग देखो, हैव बीन यूज्ड फॉर ह्यूमन इमोशंस लाइक डिजायर. डिजायर मतलब फायर. तो डिजायर्स को हमने किससे सिंबलाइज कर दिया है? थ्रू फायर. तो ह्यूमन इमोशंस लाइक डिजायर, डिजायर हियर रेफर्स टू फायर एंड हेट्रेड रेफर्स टू आइस. तो यहाँ पे हम लोग कर देते हैं आइस और डिजायर मतलब फायर. Clear? I hope I am making very much clear to you all कि these two are not the means by which the world will come to end. These are the symbols by which the poet is wanting to convey कि the world will come to an end by these two emotions. Emotions ही हैं दोनों. Desire is also human emotion, and if you talk about hatred, that is also emotion. But one is positive, you can say, and one is negative in a sense. Okay. So two emotions or two symbols have been used. A fire, as fire can spread very fast and cause great destruction in no time. यहाँ तक समझना है इसको पहले. As fire can spread very fast. You must have seen, students, you must have studied also, that if there is a fire in anybody's house or anywhere, at any place, you can see how fast it spreads. एक जगह से start होती है and it covers the entire region. Alright, be it forest fire, be it any place. So if the fire starts, it takes or it spreads very fast. So similarly, if you are having strong emotions or strong desire about something, then it spreads very fast. You know, it covers and it overpowers our desires. अगर हम लोगों को किसी चीज के लिए बहुत ज्यादा desire होती है, if you want to have something, then you are having very much strong passion towards it. कि नहीं मुझे ये चाहिए तो चाहिए ही सही at any cost, and you become passionate about that. And then what happens? You cannot see anything else except for that thing. होता है ऐसा सबके साथ. You must be having passion for anything, be it bike or be it anything, phones or new clothes. तो अगर वो चीज हम लोगों के ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा ओवर पावर हो जाती है, then you cannot see anything else except for that thing. So as fire can spread very fast, similarly these passion spreads very fast in our minds and it covers our whole mind or brain. Then cause great destruction. Sometimes this passion becomes negative. It becomes so much that we cannot see good or bad. हम लोगों को अच्छा बुरा ही नहीं दिखता है. If you want to have something, then you will be just wanting to have it at any cost. फिर हम लोगों को ये नहीं दिखता है कि either this is the good way or this is the right way or not. You just want to have it. So it causes great destruction. Similarly, as fire can spread, fire also causes great destruction. एकदम से spread होती है and it takes away, it ruins everything. Similarly, if you are having passion for something, ऐसा नहीं है कि passion को हम लोग negative context दे रहे हैं, but sometimes what happens कि जो passion है हम लोगों का obsession बन जाता है, and this obsession is great destruction. So you should not have obsession for anything. You can have passion for anything. Alright. तो passion and obsession are two different things. यहाँ पे extreme emotions की बात हो रही है. That's why you are using this word fire or passion or greed. Now, I hope this thing is clear to you all. Now, likewise, our desires may also prove very destructive if they go out of control. Out of control हो जाता है. Similarly, जैसे यहाँ पे मैंने discuss किया है, यहाँ पे ये end नहीं हो रहा है. Let me just explain it to you. So, as fire can spread very fast and cause a great destruction in no time, likewise our desires may also prove very destructive if they go out of control. अगर control में रहते हैं हम लोगों के, then you can easily manage your emotions and you can, have a good time. But if they go out of control, then they can cause great destruction. तो यहाँ तक तो हम लोगों ने स्टडी कर लिया about fire. This was all about the explanation related to fire. If you talk about hatred, fire here refers to the strong emotions. Emotions लिख देते हैं यहाँ पे. And if you talk about hatred, hatred refers to ice. ठीक. Hatred causes slow destruction. अब hatred also causes destruction, but it causes slow destruction. धीरे धीरे करके destruct करता है चीजों को. Like ice, but it is also very harmful. दोनों चीजें हैं तो harmful ही. Okay. One is causing at a very fast speed. It is causing destruction. The other is also causing destruction, but it is at a very slow speed. But at the end, both are causing destruction. दोनों means तो किसके हैं? Destruction के. Okay. So this was the whole explanation about fire, and the last two lines are talking about the destruction by ice. Okay. Both are very harmful. Now, this is clear to you all. I guess this thing is very clear to you all. Now let me just move on to the next thing. This thing, as you can see, students, passion and fire. Passion, very strong desire towards something. This is depicting fire. And this hatred, coldness, and you are, ignorant, insensitive, so it is depicting what? Ice. Alright. So these two passions have been depicted in the poem. Now, if you come to summary part of it, key points are clear to you all. The new words have been clear to you all. We people have read about the whole explanation of this poem. Now let me just summarize the whole poem so that you can have the clear idea and you can frame the answers through the board point of view. Alright, अभी तक सबको समझ में आ रहा होगा अच्छे से. And now we'll be reading out the summary and then later on we'll be discussing the question and answers. So, summary, the poet talks about the two different emotions or beliefs. It is talking about two beliefs, that either the world will come to an end through fire or either the world will come to an end through ice. ये चीज तो अच्छे से हम लोगों को learn कर लेना है. It should be in your mind, in your heart, that the poet is talking about these two emotions. Now, he says that he is in the favor of those. But if you talk about the favoritism, the poet is wanting the end through to come to an end through which source? Then he is wanting the world, or he is thinking about those that the world will come to an end through fire. Alright? So, he is in the favor of those who says the world will end in fire. He is in the side of people, those who are saying that the world will come to an end through fire. क्योंकि human emotions इतने ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएंगे, they will become so much out of control that they will not be able to control those emotions and the world will ultimately come to an end. So if you talk about, priority, that who the poet is giving the priority to, the poet is favoring those who are in the favor of fire. कि इस वर्ल्ड का एंड कैसे होगा? थ्रू फायर. नाउ, has seen, as he has seen the effect and result of uncontrolled and unending desires, because the poet knows कि nowadays human desires are at high risk or at high peak. They are, just becoming out of control. Somebody is wanting to have money, so he is passionate about it. Somebody is wanting to have some other desire. Someone is having the strong desires towards any person or strong feelings towards anybody. So, these desires are at high peak. सबकी human desires जो है, it is at high peak and it is becoming uncontrollable. And because of these factors, the poet is favoring all those who are saying कि world will come to an end through fire or through human desires. Okay? So, he says that he is in the favor of those who say the world will end in fire, as he can see or he can see the effect and result of uncontrolled and unending desires. He finds the human desires same as fire. Here now see, he finds कि human के जो desires हैं वो fire की तरह हैं, बहुत जल्दी फैलते हैं and it causes great destruction. That's why he is favoring those who are in the favor of fire. He finds that human desires are same as fire in its nature. Human के जो desires हैं students वो बिल्कुल same है fire की तरह as human nature. तो same as fire in its nature. Now on the other hand, the second belief, एक first opinion तो क्या हो गया कि अगर world end होता है तो it should end with fire. Why? Because it is showing or it is depicting strong emotions about humans. But he is also of the second opinion that if the world will end through ice, then what will happen? So on the other hand, this is the second opinion students, but priority किसको दी है poet ने? For fire. Now on the other hand, the second belief tells that ice is sufficient. Now, ice is also sufficient enough to have the world or to make the world come to an end. Now, how? For destroying this world, and the poet compares the nature of ice with hatred. Here, the poet has compared the nature of ice with hatred, and he's saying this hatred will become so strong one day that the world will become ignorant, they will become so stone-hearted about people's emotions, about others, that they will not bother about their feelings, and ultimately what will happen, the whole world will come to an end. इतने सब लोगों के इमोशंस जो हैं, फीलिंग्स जो हैं एक दूसरे के लिए पूरी खत्म हो जाएगी. They will not pay attention to anybody, and what will happen, ultimately the world will come to an end. Okay, but प्रायोरिटी किसको दी है पोएट ने इसमें, ही इज पेइंग एम्फेसिस टुवर्ड्स द वन हु आर फेवरिंग फायर. ओके, एज आइस कैन मेक अ पार्ट ऑफ बॉडी नम, जैसे हम लोगों की बॉडी नम हो जाती है आइस से. ओके, इट इज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग, यू कैन से अ सॉलिड थिंग एंड इट मेक्स आवर बॉडी नम. जैसे आइस का फॉर्म होता है, पूरा सॉलिडिफाई होता है, एंड इट इज जस्ट, इट मेक्स आवर बॉडी नम. पूरी बॉडी हमारी क्या हो जाती है, नम, एंड यू आर नॉट सीइंग एनीथिंग. Similarly, it happens with humans also, कि humans के emotions कभी कभी क्या हो जाते हैं, it becomes so ignorant, the humans they becomes very insensitive, कि सामने वालों की feelings का उन्हें कोई मतलब नहीं होता है. They become insensitive towards them. तो इतनी ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएगी ये numbness, they will not pay attention to others, and ultimately the world will die, or the whole world will come to an end. So, as ice can make a part of body numb with its prolonged contact, like hatred can also give numbness. Hatred किसी चीज के लिए अगर हम लोगों की बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाती है स्टूडेंट्स, तो क्या होता है, you become ignorant and you become careless. किसी चीज से आपको बहुत नफरत है या you are not liking anything, तो क्या होता है, वो hatred बढ़ती बढ़ती इतनी ज्यादा हो जाती है that you don't pay attention to it. कि कोई इंसान हम लोगों के सामने अगर फिर वो मर भी रहा है तो वी विल नॉट पे अटेंशन. तो सेम थिंग इज हैपनिंग दैट इट गिव्स यू नम्बनेस. नम्बनेस मतलब बिल्कुल स्टिल हो जाते हैं हम लोग, कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता है सामने वाले को देख के. ओके, तो नम्बनेस इन आवर माइंड एंड थॉट्स एंड कैन मेक अस इनसेंसिटिव एंड क्रूअल. हम इतने इनसेंसिटिव हो जाते हैं, इतने क्रूअल हो जाते हैं, स्टोन हार्टेड हो जाते हैं कि वी डोंट पे अटेंशन टुवर्ड्स अदर्स फीलिंग्स. नाउ the speaker brings us into the middle of an argument. He has come to an middle of an argument between people who think the world will come to a fiery end, या तो fiery end होगा through fire or through strong desires, and people who think the world will freeze, या तो freeze होगा या फिर पूरा जो world है it will come to an end through fire. Now, he could be talking about the literal end of this world, but he is also talking about the power that human beings have to harm or to destroy. Humans' emotions are having so much power that they can destroy anything. Okay, इतने desires जो हैं हम लोगों के, they are so strong enough that they can destroy anything. So, he is saying कि human beings have to harm or destroy one another. इनके जो इमोशंस हैं, they are so strong enough that they can destroy any others people's emotions, or it will make the world come to an end. Now, the speaker's experience with romantic desires has taught him that passionate or hot emotion can cause great end. Why? Because human emotions, humans romantic desires or lovable desires are more as compared to hatred. So he is strongly thinking the world will end through fire or through desires. So this is the whole summary of this poem Fire and Ice, which is written by Robert Frost, and it's been symbolizing two factors, fire and ice. Now, some question time, students. I guess you people have understood the poem very properly. Now let's discuss some questions. Okay, so first question, let's have a look towards it. There are many ideas about how the world will end. सबके अलग अलग ideas हैं कि world जो है वो कैसे end होगा. तो what do you think the world will end someday? How the world will come to an end? Either it will be through fire or either it will be through ice. So, have you ever thought what would happen if the sun got hot that it burst, or grew colder and colder? Something can happen that the sun will become so much hot and the world will come to an end, or the temperature will go so down that we are not able to survive in the low temperature. तो क्या हो सकता है, कौन कौन से हम लोगों के opinions है? Let's see. This is basically, you can frame this answer in your own language also. तो see, Yes, I believe that this world will come to an end. ये चीज तो श्योर शॉट है कि world will come to an end. तो yes, I believe that this world will end someday. But when nobody knows कि at what time the world will come to an end. ये तो सबको पता है कि हाँ end तो होगा. But you can never say कि at what time the world will come to an end. Either it can end after half an hour also, after 1 hour also, after 5 minutes also, after 10 years also. So you do not know the fixed time at what time the world will come to an end. Now, whether the sun gets hot or gets colder, in both the situations, end of this world is confirmed or it is sure. तो दोनों में से किसी से भी हो सकता है, but होगा ये चीज confirm है. तो this thing is confirmed. End of this world is sure. Now, this is one question. This can, there are less chances of this question to come in the exams because this is more of factual thing and this is more of your own personal skills. So these types of questions are not, asked in board exams. But never mind, this question was there, so I have discussed it with you all. You can just go through this answer once. Now let's discuss the second one. For frost, what do fire and ice stands for? This thing we know कि fire and ice is symbolizing something. So what do these two things stands for? Here are some ideas. Greed, avarice, cruelty, lust, conflict, fury, intolerance, rigidity, hatred, insensitivity, coldness, indifference. ये words हम लोगों को दे रखे हैं. Now you have to identify कि these words are related to fire or these words are related to ice. तो see, fire stands for greed. किसी चीज की बहुत ज्यादा लालच हो जाना. Similarly, if you talk about avarice is also same thing. You are having some strong passion or strong greed to find something. So avarice is also related to fire. Then lust, again strong desire to have something. So lust is also connected with fire. Then conflict, ladai jhagde, strong emotions, again it's a part of fire. Then fury means किसी चीज के लिए बहुत ज्यादा aggressive हो जाना. You want to have it. तो fury is also related with fire. तो ये सारे words तो हो गए हमारे which are related to fire. Fire मतलब greed, avarice, lust, conflict and fury. If you talk about ice now, तो ice stands for cruelty. Cruel हो जाना किसी चीज के लिए, ignorant हो जाना, stone hearted हो जाना. तो cruelty, intolerance, किसी चीज पे है ना attention ही नहीं देना, you are becoming intolerable about anybody. तो intolerance is also stands for ice. Then rigidity, किसी चीज के लिए बहुत rigid हो जाना. जैसे flexibility होती है कि हाँ हम लोग you can get flexible enough, but rigid मतलब किसी चीज के लिए अगर हमारे पास कोई एक strong opinion है तो you are fixed to that thing. तो rigidity is also a part of ice. Then insensitivity, again intolerance and ignorance and insensitivity. Then coldness, again related to ice. And hatred and indifference. तो ये सारे words हैं related for ice. ठीक है, तो words have been given to you. You have to just club them under the category of fire or under the category of ice. This type of question can be framed for your board exams. इससे words भी हम लोगों के सारे बहुत सारे develop हो गए कि fire stands for these and ice stands for these. Now let's discuss more questions, students. Third question, the rhyme scheme of this poem. You must have read the poem nicely and you have to read the last word of each line. Fire, desire. तो rhyming scheme poem की क्या है? It's A B A, A B C, B C B. So this is the rhyming scheme A B A A, B C B C B. Okay. So this is the rhyming scheme of this poem. Now, how does it help in bringing out the contrasting ideas in the poem? कैसे ये contrasting ideas को develop कर रहा है या how it is bringing these two ideas in the poem? See, the contrasting ideas of fire and ice are presented using the rhyming scheme. He mentions that both fire and ice are probable ends, okay, of this world. While he talks about how fire represents desire, he talks about how fire represents desires and can therefore cause the world, be a cause of the end of the world. Similarly, he also mentions ice in between to symbolize that the coldness and indifference towards somebody can also be enough to end this world. तो दोनों emotions को बहुत beautifully depict किया है इस poem में. In the second stanza he says that he knows enough or that even destruction through ice would be sufficient to bring about the world to an end. तो दोनों में है डिपिक्ट किया है कि दोनों चीजें डिस्ट्रक्ट करेगी वर्ल्ड को. इट विल कम टू एन एंड, ईदर इट विल बी थ्रू डिजायर्स और ईदर इट विल बी थ्रू हेट्रेड, बट श्योरली इट विल कम टू एन एंड. So this was one question. Now there are some extract based question which you people are always afraid of कि मैम extract आ जाता है, एक line आ जाती है, and there are questions related to it. So how we are going to answer the question? So for keeping in this thing in mind, I have taken one extract also from the poem only, and related to this I have formed some questions also, so that you can have an idea कि इस type के question extract में से frame हो सकते हैं. So see, first I'll just read out. This is the second stanza of the poem. So, but if it had to perish twice, we know the meaning of perish, but if it had to destroy twice, I think I know enough of hate. Hate here refers to ice. To say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. Would suffice मतलब कि ice will also be sufficient enough to come to bring the world to an end. Okay, so this is the meaning to the stanza. Now, the poet is very much sure of the end of the world. He says that fire fails to end the world. If fire fails to end the world, then it will be ice and hatred which will bring out the catastrophic end of this world. Catastrophic matlab very bad end to this world. Frost then talks about the power of hatred symbolized by ice. Now fire का discussion पूरा depiction poet has mentioned in the first stanza, and in the second stanza poet is he's in the side of ice, that the world will come to an end through ice also. So he's favoring that if the world will come to an end through ice, then human emotions will all die. Now Frost then talks about the power of hatred, how much power this hatred has, that the world will come to an end. Hate is as powerful as desires. The way desire is powerful, similarly you're having hate also, which is very very powerful, and it can cause destruction. So hate is as powerful as desire in consuming humanity. Humanity को destruct करने के लिए hatred is also very much effective, very much powerful. Now, Frost ends the poems on the note that hate can produce huge destruction. Hate can also cause huge destruction, and because it can linger in the minds of people for long. ये जो hatred होता है ना students, this is a kind of slow poison. It comes very gradually and it covers the entire mind of your body or entire body. क्योंकि हम लोग hatred को धीरे धीरे develop करने लगते हैं, and after certain point of time it becomes so much in our body or in our mind that we cannot see anything except for hatred. So it is a slow poison basically, and it covers the entire mind. Okay, so you can produce huge destructions because it can linger in the minds of people for long, sometimes even for a lifetime. Sometimes what happen if you develop hatred towards anybody, if you are having a small fight, let's take the example कि तुम लोगों की क्या होता है कि कभी कभी कोई छोटे मोटे इशू पे लड़ाई हो जाती है, you friends fight, then what happens, you are not talking for 1 week, then it gets stretched up, you are not talking for 15 days, 1 month, and after certain point of time what happens, this friendship ends and it is for the lifetime. हम लोग क्या हो जाते हैं, दुश्मन बन जाते हैं एक दूसरे के. एक छोटी सी बात होती है, we are not talking to each other, and then it continues for long time, and then it comes to an end. So it causes great destruction even for lifetime. So ice is a kind of slow poison, or you can say it causes great destruction for humanity. Okay, this is the explanation for the second stanza. Again I have explained it to you so that you can understand it. अब questions देखो इसी extract based के. What does it stands for in this stanza? It stands for what? Fire, ice, destruction, world. तो देखो, but if it had to perish twice, यहाँ देखो, it had to perish twice मतलब world की बात कर रहे हैं कि अगर वापस से खत्म होगा या इसका end होगा तो क्या होगा? तो world is the correct answer here. Now, What is ice symbolic of? What is ice symbolic of? Ice is symbolizing coldness, happiness, hatred or love. So ice is symbolic of hatred basically. Now the two things that the poet thinks are good enough for destruction are, दो चीजें हैं जिससे world end हो जाएगा. Either it is fire and ice, which means hatred and desire. Fire and ice, which means heat and glaciers. No. Fire and ice, which stands for anger and frustration. No. Again, the cold attitude and anger of people. So fire stands for desire and ice stands for hatred. So correct answer here is this one, A1. Now, what is the rhyming scheme of this stanza? We have already seen the rhyming scheme of this A, B, A, A, B, C, B, C, B. So, rhyming scheme A, B, A. This one is a rhyming scheme. As you can see, A, B, A, A, B. Sorry, हमें second stanza की rhyming scheme देखना है students. तो B, C, B, C, B, or you can say A, B, A, A, B. This is the rhyming scheme of the poem, students. Now, this is talking about the second stanza. That's why we have mentioned the rhyming scheme of the poem of the second stanza. So, this is it about the poem Fire and Ice. I hope you people have understood this poem very nicely. Go through this video in order to understand the whole meaning properly, this whole poem properly by Robert Frost. If you understood the whole thing, then you can just like and subscribe Motion. Okay. Thank you all of you. Have a nice day.